나처럼 groovy하게 나처럼 groovy하게.
I usually do comeback reviews once every 2 months, but since there were so many groups that had comebacks in May and so many more who are going to have comebacks in June, I figured I might as well talk about May comebacks now. Overall, I just wasn't super thrilled with K-pop releases this month. There were a couple of great songs that went unpromoted, but there was honestly only one which stood out to me as a comeback, meaning the whole shebang: music video, song, album, and music show promotions. Not every song I'm going to mention here is a song I loved. I just limited this to the 8 songs which I felt like I had the most to talk about. If you're curious to hear my thoughts on something I didn't mention, you can respectfully ask me about it in the comments, and I will be more than happy to respond. I didn't even include some of my favorite artists in this video because I just felt like I didn't have a lot to say about their song releases. Anyways, let's get into the video. I actually did really enjoy Knock, but there's just not a wow factor to me. It sounds similar to some of their previous releases like All Night and Always You, and while I still enjoyed the sound, it's just not a standout compared to the rest of their discography. In my opinion, the biggest disappointment about this comeback was the music video. It just felt lacking compared to their masterpieces from last year. I definitely had high expectations after seeing All Night, which makes gorgeous use of floral design and soft lighting to convey the song's sense of romanticism, and Blue Flame, which sort of juxtaposes All Night in the fact that elements of the set design appear to be comparable to the previous comeback, but the harsher, cool blue lighting throughout the music video evokes more of a sense of danger and urgency. Knock's music video on its own is okay, but it's definitely a letdown when compared to their 2019 releases. The set design, in my opinion, just looks kind of sparse, and the obvious use of green screen just isn't pleasing to me. I did really like the live stages though. The choreography is so smooth and gorgeous, it definitely complements the message of the song. As for the mini album, it's not their best, but it's not their worst. There was one song which I absolutely loved, Somebody Like, which has been on repeat for the past few weeks. I also like When You Call My Name. The live stages for that were really cute as well. Overall, this was a solid comeback, but it just wasn't really my favorite compared to some of their previous releases. If I had to choose a favorite single of the year so far, this would be it. This song just fills me with such a sense of nostalgia. It makes me want to smile and cry at the same time. It does a great job of complementing IU's vocal style, and Suga's rap definitely feels well placed within the song. The music video does a fantastic job of conveying a story. There's a sense of beauty and sorrow conveyed through the narrative as IU reflects on her memories and remembers her loss as the plot progresses. She didn't have a real promotional period for the song, which is the reason why I almost took the song off my list, but I felt like the song was just so good that I had to at least mention it. Honestly, at this point in her career though, IU doesn't really need to promote her releases for them to be successful, and I'd rather have her making quality songs and balancing her dramas instead of straining herself trying to promote every single activity. This is such a phenomenal debut. I definitely can't wait to see what they release next if the quality of their music is this incredible right off the bat. The violin is definitely what makes this song stand out in my opinion, not just because it's uncommon to see them being used in bands, but the violinist in particular really manages to convey that sense of optimism and gives the song a more grandiose feel. It's something that I feel like I would hear in a movie. It's so beautiful, and I definitely think it deserves more attention, so you guys should totally check it out. I pretty much never say this, but I actually prefer the English version of Zombie to the Korean one. I appreciate the fact that they put in effort to make an English version with lyrics that fit the theme and the flow of the song, rather than simply trying to translate the Korean version. The message of the song hits hard. I definitely felt like I could relate to it, especially in quarantine, and the meaning becomes even more impactful when you take into account that they didn't promote the song because some of the members are facing mental health issues. The whole mini-album is a masterpiece. It is one of my favorite album releases of this year for sure. My favorite B-sides are Love Me or Leave Me, 1 to 10, and Afraid, but every single song on this album is a masterpiece. I'm honestly not mad about the fact that they didn't promote this. I feel like Day6's music speaks for itself, and getting to see them perform it is just kind of an added bonus. I do hope that the members who have been facing mental health issues get the treatment they need. As someone who ults Day6, I don't mind waiting for their comeback since I'd rather have them be happy and take their time to produce good music that satisfies them artistically, rather than force themselves into a schedule to try to keep up with the demands of the industry. When I mentioned a standout comeback at the beginning of this video, this was the one I was referring to. Nuest has definitely gone through a lot of concept changes over the course of their career, but I feel like songs like I'm in Trouble and Deja Vu do the best job at complementing their strengths as a group. The bass line in this song is intoxicating, and paired with those smooth vocals, it creates a sexy, irresistible hit. The mini-album is full of great songs as well. My personal favorite B-sides are Firework and Back to Me. The live stages are engaging to watch as well. The choreography does a great job of complementing the vibe of the song, and their execution feels very clean. I'm so glad that they've remained together for such a long time. It definitely hasn't been an easy path for them, but they've done a great job at adapting to changes within the industry to regain success, and I think they still have a lot to showcase in the future. I didn't really know what to expect from this debut going into it, but I was surprisingly pleased with the song. I love the brass. It gives the song an extra bit of spunk and makes it feel even more infectious. I also liked whoever was singing in the chorus. I presume she's the main vocalist because she was the only one whose vocals really stood out to me, though I liked the rapper as well. There was a part of the pre-chorus that sounded a little bit off to me. I don't know if that was because of the way the song was mixed or because the vocals were a little bit lacking, but it just didn't really sit right with me. For a rookie group, they definitely have great stage presence, and they seem to grow more confident in their performances during the promotional period. I'm not going to call myself a fan of them just yet because I don't know how their discography will evolve, but I will definitely keep an eye out for their next release. I had great expectations for this comeback, and I definitely think that Candy lived up to my expectations. I love the fact that Baekhyun was able to show off more of his abilities as a dancer with this comeback. While I think UN Village was a good song, it didn't really stand out to me as a title track. However, I definitely think Candy does a great job of representing the rest of the album while still remaining memorable on its own. Baekhyun's smooth vocals are definitely the highlight of the song, and the minimalistic melody and steady beat do a great job of accentuating his strengths as a singer while keeping the song engaging. The music video was also gorgeous. The sets feature an explosion of soft yet vibrant colors, which complements that whole combination of sweetness and energy you feel when eating candy. Honestly, a lot of songs of Fifth Delight are memorable enough to be title tracks. My favorite B-sides off this album have been Poppin' and Ghost. I think Baekhyun has done a great job of developing his style through this album in particular. City Lights was a great collection of songs, but Delight feels more thematically cohesive as an album. I'm so proud to see how Baekhyun has evolved as an artist over the past few years, and I will definitely continue to support him for a long time to come. Look, Monsta X tried to make me like the sound with Follow, and they've tried it again with Fantasia, but I just don't really find it enjoyable to listen to. I hate to say this, but I've been getting a little bored with Monsta X's releases lately. Let's compare Follow and Fantasia to some of their earlier releases. What I liked about songs like Jealousy and Drama Rama is that the background track serves to supplement the members' vocals and rapping. The backing track is catchy and simple, which enhances the song without detracting from the members' skills. However, with Follow and Fantasia, the backing track is just so overpowering that the members are left with little to do other than chanting in the chorus. To be fair, I can't objectively say that one style is better than the other, but I just personally don't really love the new sound they've been going for. But even setting aside the song, there was just nothing about this comeback that really stood out to me except for maybe the music video. That wraps up today's video. I know there were a lot of big comebacks that I didn't talk about here. The main reason why I cut off some songs from this list, aside for a lack of time, was because I thought the songs were well produced, but they just weren't really my taste, or they didn't stand out to me enough to talk about. If there's anything you want to hear my opinion on, though, again, feel free to ask me about it. Also, what June comebacks are you looking forward to the most? I'm definitely excited since summer comebacks tend to be my favorites of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you thought about this month's comebacks in the comments.